like, Travis is 6'6". The jumping in the tent, I was like, is it structurally sound?
Sure, yeah.
I can see the actual tent is like, we're in danger of this.
And you know if
failing.
that tent goes down, it's Travis's fault.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%, which means it's my fault.
Yeah.
This is my person.
Yeah.
So, all right, but I'm off. You could put the bread in the video. I don't know who I was looking to make
I
me
will
stop.
say, I find it very endearing that you're still, like, that you are able to find, like, a joyful, you took that as, like, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're going to put my bread in a video.
It was a huge moment for me because obviously, like, my bread has always been for texture and taste, right? But this was for camera.
Oh.
So it was a massive moment of, like, this is a huge challenge, right?
Yeah.
For me, for the bread, for my starter, like, it's like, okay, like, are you showbiz bread?
Yeah, because you don't know with a starter, you can't tell yet if they have it.
It's exactly.
Yeah.
It's the X factor that I was wondering about, and I'm just really excited that it seems to have gone really well. I scored it in a way, like I did the feather scoring that I did, that nobody cares about. And I think it's absolutely been my favorite one
That's
so far. I'm
fantastic.
blown away. I got to, like, first of all, like, the music goes out into the world and the fans are just so, like, they're so funny, they're so adorable, they're so clever, the way that they, like, will dance to these songs or, like, come up with something clever that they'll create on TikTok, and I'm just like laughing at what they're doing. And this is just in the first few days that this music is out. But I also, this is my first album release where I've got my mom, my dad, and my brother with me the whole album release. So we started out in London, and it's just very, like, you know, your parents are like, wow, London, this is great. You know, my mom's like, they don't have the Wheel of Fortune on these channels. And, but, you know, they're just, my parents, like, I don't know if you guys, like, have gone through this, but, like, you go through your life, you're a teenager, you're like, I need my independence. I've reached the point where, like, my parents are the VIPs of all VIPs.
Yeah.
So the fact that they wanted to come to my release week has just completely made it for me. And I work with my mom and my brother. So it's like, it's just been kind of the most joyful album release I've ever had. And you guys have everything to do. It's like, I'm just so grateful. Like, I'm floored, I'm blown away by this week. I don't know how to say thank you enough for, like, everything that you guys have put into caring about the music and, like, and caring about this week. This is just, like, we're doing this together, and I'm so happy about it. And yeah, I absolutely care about everything I make. And I appreciate that the people who I make it for care too. Like, we know this. And so they, you know, they were the ones, like, especially there's this scene that I love that's me on a pirate ship.
Yes.
And I kind of wanted to sort of signal back to this moment that I really loved on the Eras tour, which we did this performance of a song called The Man. And in it, the dudes that are my dancers, they put on what I believe is, like, some of the most incredible comedic acting performances I've ever seen every single night. If you go back and watch it, you'll see that basically in this pirate ship scene, I wanted them to just do more of that, but instead of dudes in suits, you're pirates now. Mm-hmm. I just want this somewhere in a music video. And then the other dancers who were absolutely fantastic. This is such a testament to how incredible these dancers are. And Mandy Moore, our choreographer, not the amazing pop star, but a different Mandy Moore.
A different Mandy Moore.
But so she's the reason why they were able to learn these moves and also learn kind of the energy behind it. And she's very funny with the way she's like, and a 5 and a 6 and a za-to-do-zoo and a here and a there and a tit-tit-tit 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, you know, like, but it's very, like, you watch her do her thing and you realize that, like, I'm working alongside people who every single one of you has wanted to do this your entire lives, and you've put in the maximum work that you could possibly put in, and I'm just lucky to be around all of you.
I just think you
know?
Yeah.
And I just remember getting a call from my head of security and him trying to explain this story to me. And my first question was, what snake?
Yeah.
I was unaware of the presence of the snake
I guess that's
on
funny.
the premises.
If someone calls and says the snake is loose and you didn't even know there was a snake.
Did not know there was
Yeah.
a snake. But I kind of found myself listening to this, and I'm like, okay. Okay, and I hate to first and last name a friend, but it's important in this situation. Okay, so Zoe Kravitz and Lisa Bonet are holding on to a Burmese python. It's halfway in the wall. There's a man standing with an axe who has just chopped up a custom vintage antique cupboard.
Yeah.
There's splinters on the floor. They're looking, in my mind, they're looking up over their shoulder. This is an Annie Leibovitz shoot.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
This is the chicest thing I've ever heard in my life. Zoe's wearing like head to toe the row. I'm like, this is a YSL ad, not a problem.
Yeah.
It just sounds incredible. I'm sad I didn't see it.
I know. It was incredible that the story was they always had half the snake.
Exactly.
Like the only part of the snake that
but
got
all
lost
I'm
was the
seeing
front
are just
half.
like the elite cheekbones.
Yeah, they really.
And I'm just like, I can't even be mad.
If you can take a good picture when you're holding on for dear life to the back half of a snake, you can take a good picture anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm just like, I did play the little game in my head because I know her well enough to know she's not going to tell me about this until it's fixed.
Yeah.
I know her so well. And I'm like, I just kept a little countdown on my phone, like just counting the days. I think it was like 3 weeks. Exactly the amount of time it took to fix the damaged cupboard.
She waited, yeah.
And
that's
she's
smart.
like sitting at my house. She's like, hey, so like I'm just going to tell you about something that happened now that it's fixed. And I was like, you had a snake in the house and it got loose and it was in the wall and they had to get an axe and she's like, I told them not to tell you.
You were like, they didn't tell
like-
me, you just have
I was
that
like, dude,
vibe.
I've been...
That's the vibe you're giving off, Zoe. That's the vibe. I know people. I can read people.
Yeah, it just seemed like that was what you were going to say. No, I just, yeah, that was, I was like, dude, I've been laughing about this for 3 weeks.
It's so good. You're a very
yeah.
nice friend to have house guests. With snake or no snake.
Thanks so much.
Sure, Travis Kelce is engaged to Taylor Swift, one of the most famous women in the world, but he still gets starstruck from time to time. During her Wednesday, October 8th appearance on Late Night with Seth Meyers, Swift, sporting a floral corset set by Wiederhoeft, a jeweled collar necklace, and flowing faux or hair, discussed what happened when Kelce attended a star-studded Eras tour show in London circa June 2024. The most fun thing about having Travis out on tour is like, he would go to the tents and like, give me the tea afterward, she told host Seth Meyers, recalling, we'd do the debrief afterward in the car. Ahead of the concert, I was like, I got to let you know your favorite director is in the tent, Swift, 35, recalled. He loves Greta Gerwig. He loves her movies. Swift explained, he loves her range, you know what I mean? Like, being able to do this many different types of films. It's incredible. Genre hopping. It's really impressive. And so he was like, oh my God, I really want to tell her how funny I thought Barbie was. And I'm like, you absolutely should. She's the sweetest, giggliest person to tell that you like their work. You're gonna love her. She continued, and so the show happens. I'm like, oh my God, everyone's having the best time. And afterward, you know, he gets in the car. He has had as many shots as everyone else has had. And he's like, this was the most fun tent. Everybody was amazing. Like, Tom Cruise is going crazy. Like, Liam Hemsworth is just as fun as Chris Hemsworth. And Liam's fiance, Gabriella Brooks, is so cool. And Ashton Kutcher was there. And Mila Kunis, like, oh my God, Hugh Grant was there. And I get to tell him how much I love his movies. And he was so cool. Everyone was amazing. Oh my God, that's awesome, Swift replied. Like, you didn't mention Greta? Did you meet Greta? Yeah, I did, he said. I think I told an annoying joke that she's heard too many times. Okay, well, what did you say? She asked. Well, I walked up to her and I was like, I love Barbie. I'm just Ken too, he said. And then I pointed to you. That's such a solid joke, Swift recalled responding. She would have loved that. Well, she was really polite about it, Kelce 36 said. Like, she smiled politely, but she didn't say anything. Swift thought that seemed very out of character for Gerwig, then suggested that perhaps the director had heard that joke too many times. Kelce then told Swift that Gerwig had been talking to Hugh Grant all night, so I think they might be doing a movie together. Like, they were really, really close, said the athlete, who observed that Gerwig and Grant were dancing all night and had all these inside jokes. They kind of seem like they're, like, soulmates. Swift was surprised by Kelce's report. I was like, the tea's crazy tonight, Travis, she said. Scrolling her phone, Swift then saw that all over the internet is just videos of Travis dancing with Greta, all night like they're best friends. And I'm like, Travis, here's a video of you with Greta. It feels like she thought the joke was funny. He goes, oh, that's not Greta. Putting two and two together, Swift said, is there any chance at all, baby, that you complimented Hugh Grant's wife, Anna Eberstein, on her movie Barbie, said, I'm just Ken too, and she politely nodded because she didn't have the heart to tell you she didn't direct it. And is there any chance that the people that look like soulmates are Hugh Grant and his soulmate? Besides sharing that amusing anecdote on the NBC Late Night Show, Swift talked about her new album, The Life of a Showgirl. Meyers, 51, had announced in September that Swift would be the only guest during Wednesday's episode. In the Instagram video announcing the pop star's appearance, the late-night host wore her orange Life of a Showgirl cardigan and drank from a mint green coffee mug with the orange inscription, TAY/cover October 8th, 25. The caption read, sipping coffee like you're on a late-night show, which is a lyric from Swift's 2021 song All Too Well 10-minute version. Swift returned to Late Night with Seth Meyers on Wednesday after previously stopping by the show in 2014 and 2021. It was the latest in a string of promotional appearances for her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, which was released on Friday, October 3rd. She previously visited The Graham Norton Show on Friday and The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon on Monday, October 6th. In addition to talking about the inspiration behind her 12th album during her press tour, Swift has been speaking out about her engagement to Kelce for the first time since their August announcement. He went all out, 10 out of 10, she said of Kelce's proposal on The Graham Norton Show, adding that the NFL player really crushed it when it came to surprising me. I want to do the album stuff first, and the wedding is what happens after in terms of planning, she added. I think it will be fun to plan. During her Tonight Show appearance, Swift revealed that Kelce had her engagement ring for a really long time before he gave it to me. He's just my favorite person I've ever met, no offense to everyone else, she said of her fiance. But the fact that this is the person that I get to hang out with every day forever, that's the whole thing of it. You look at the ring and you're like, I get to hang out with him forever, and this represents that. Swift then confirmed that Kelce proposed after they recorded her New Heights episode, divulging that he was unusually anxious ahead of her debut on the podcast. I kind of realized that he's walking around sort of nervous about the podcast, saying, my heart is racing. I know how much this means to you. I just really want this to be what you'd hoped it would be, because we'd been talking about doing the podcast and announcing the album, she recalled. I've never seen this dude nervous. Ever. He's professionally not a nervous person. Swift later realized Kelce was actually nervous about popping the question, sharing it was the best possible tight scenario. Not counting Meyers' signature Closer Look segment, the entire episode was a takeover, as it was dubbed by the show. But even a closer look threw in some Friendship Bracelet and Life of a Showgirl song name jokes while speaking about the current government shutdown. Swift seemed right at home with Meyers despite the fact it's been 5 years since she'd last been on the show. Meyers cheekily noted that it seemed like Swift has done about 15 years worth of work during those 5 years. It's absolutely been my favorite one, Swift said about Life of a Showgirl rollout, calling it the most joyful of her career. Swift said she's been tuning into what fans are posting on TikTok. She also said for the first time her entire family, her mom, her dad, and her brother are all on the press tour with her. Swift also gave a peek behind the curtain of the making of the music video for her single, The Fate of Ophelia, which featured several dancers from her Eras tour. The singer also spoke about her new favorite hobby, baking bread. Meyers proudly showed off his own Swift-baked loaf, the packaging littered with puns inspired by her lyrics. In what seemed to be a cheeky wink at some of the online discourse around her music, Swift said her puns won't be appreciated until after its time. The Grammy winner's bread got a hefty chunk of screen time, with Meyers showing a clip from her recently released theater event of the moment it was decided her bread could be in the Fate of Ophelia music video. On Wednesday morning, with over a full day of tracking left, Swift officially took the record for biggest opening week so far for a record in the streaming era, according to Billboard, with data sourced from Luminate. She sold a reported 3.2 million copies with 300,000 streaming units, taking her to a record-breaking 3.5 million combined. Adele's 25 currently holds the record for most individual sales with 3.3 million units, not including streaming. Of course, Swift's recent engagement to Kansas City Chiefs tight end Travis Kelce was a hot topic, offering a look at what seems to be their playful relationship with one another, with Swift lightheartedly poking fun at her now fiance. In a clip released before the Wednesday night show, Swift recounted Kelce's run-in with his favorite director Greta Gerwig, where he mistook Hugh Grant's wife for the Barbie director. Swift's 12th album, produced and written by the singer herself, along with hitmakers Max Martin and Shellback, was thought to be a return to some of her most standard pop albums, like 1989, but it instead managed to be the love child of Evermore and Midnights. The album sold 2.7 million copies on release day, October 3rd, making that day alone her largest week ever, according to Luminate via Billboard. In addition to the album, Swift released a cinematic companion over the weekend, which included a chance to see the music video for the album's lead single, The Fate of Ophelia, before its online release Sunday. Swift directed the video, which was filmed by frequent collaborator and Oscar-nominated cinematographer Rodrigo Prieto, and features choreography from famed choreographer Mandy Moore, who worked on the singer's Eras tour. The Grammy Award winner's release event, not fully classified as a film or a documentary, earned an estimated $33 million at the domestic box office and an additional $13 million worldwide, bringing its grand total of $46 million globally.